Today I'm reviewing Outlet Beast for the Master System, the Sega Master System version. Now this version gets horrible stick. Other reviews online say it's horrible port and all that. It's not great, but I'd rate it higher than what a lot of them would. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. This version, a 5 out of 10. The Genesis version a 10 out of 10, the arcade version a 10 out of 10, but this version a 5 out of 10. Better than what a lot of people say it is. It's still fun. I beat this version. A lot of people can't beat this version because of its poor hit detection and it's difficult. Even though a level's cut, we cut the bare level, it's still harder than the other ports. But it's certainly harder than the Mega Drive version, even though it has a level less because of a poor hit detection. And they also place music out of order, like you hear the boss music in the Genesis and the arcade version, but certainly the Genesis version in second and third level, you hear when you start the level, like you hear the boss music, what's in the Genesis and arcade version, I think, at the start of level 2 and 3 in this version. And you've only got to pick up 2. You've only got to kill 2 blue demon dogs or whatever they are to get up them to get the things to power you up. You only have to power up 2 times in this version, not 3 like the other versions. So yeah, I beat this version. I beat this version, and Master System version. I've had the game for years. I beat it altogether about more than 10 times. And I beat it 5 times. 5 times without having to use a continue code. Like I've beat the game with, like you get 4 continues if you put a code in, you press both buttons and you press down and right, up and right. You get 4 continues, but I beat the game 5 times where I've not had to continue at all. Where I've just done the whole game with 3 lives. So I beat it 5 times where I've not even had to continue once, without having to do the code where I didn't even need to, because I just beat the game with 3 lives without losing all my 3 lives. I beat the game. So I beat it 5 times that way, and I beat it the rest of the times having to use a continue code. So I beat it both times. 5 times where I didn't even have to continue at all. I beat it. I beat 5 times where you didn't have to continue at all, and the rest of the times I beat using a continue code. But yeah, this version, it gets a lot of stick, but it's not as bad as what people say it is. But it's obviously not as good as a Genesis or arcade version. That's obvious. So yeah, would recommend this version. Yeah. It's not as good as the other version. I recommend you play the Genesis version and the arcade version over this version, but if you can get it at a cheap price, play it. It's not as bad as what people say it is. 5 out of 10. I'd give this version. And I'll review the Genesis version and the arcade version later down the line. I've got both them versions. I've obviously played them more because of a better game. I'm also going to review better version and also going to review the NES version of Altered Beast. I've ordered that. I want to see what that's like. The NES version, that apparently has extra levels, even more than the other home ports. But yeah, this version, I mean, not great. 5 out of 10, but not as bad as what people say it is. Still a game to be had here. I mean, but it can be hard, like with poor hit detection. But at least I beat this game where a lot of people can't. I beat this game without having to use a continue code 5 times. And other times I have to beat with using a continue code. And would I play this game again? Yeah, definitely. I know it gets a lot of stick, but I like it. I give it. Well, I don't like it. I prefer the Genesis and the arcade version, but I still rate higher than a lot of other games. Like it's better than a lot of other Master System games I've reviewed, even this version. I give this version a 5 out of 10. So give it a go.